Hi guys, and welcome to Sweden. I'm Olivier Mognard, and I'm a nature photographer living here in Sweden. Today I came to Torpön, which is a big island on Sommen Lake, which is a big lake near my home. When I left home, it was snowing quite heavily, so today I came to Torpön to hopefully capture birds in that heavy snowfall, to get some nice snowy bokeh effect. But now that I arrived, the snow seems to have thinned out a little bit, so I hope I will be able to shoot those birds. And in any case, this nature reserve here is beautiful, so I'm looking at it right now through my windshield, and I see that the landscape has changed quite dramatically in those past few days. Actually, I came here with my wife and son a few days ago, and yeah, conditions were really different. It was clear blue skies, and the lake was not yet frozen. It's still not frozen. The bulk of the lake is still not frozen, but I see that the small cove around here is nicely frozen and covered in snow. So if I am not able to shoot birds, I will still be able to shoot some nice landscape, I think. That's the landscape that we have today at Torpön Nature Reserve. That's really a beautiful place. I like coming here. And yeah, as you can see, the lake in front of me is pretty much frozen, except at a distance behind the tiny island in the center of the frame. I can see the water moving still. But yeah, conditions are looking quite nice. It's not too cold at the moment, only like 0 degrees. But I covered up quite heavily just in case I have to stay for quite some time without moving if I'm shooting birds. Actually, the issue with those around 0 temperatures is that the snow is quite heavy and melting a little bit, so I might get wet. I would much prefer have that kind of snowfall with lower temperatures, but I mean, you don't always choose the weather, and it's really nice to have those conditions already, so I will not complain too much. I was thinking of maybe photographing this landscape in front of me, so I'm gonna have a look, but I'm not quite sure, in fact. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm too low, too close to the lake to get nice pictures of this landscape for now. So I'm gonna get back up a little bit, trying not to fall, because the snow is really heavy, and I actually fell 2 times already. It's not too bad, but yeah, need to be really careful here. That snow is so wet. Trying really hard not to fall here, because the branches on that tree are a little bit on the way, so I'm trying to get them out of my frame. But yeah, I think this one could be quite nice. Yeah, as I was saying, the snowfall is not really heavy, so I'm not sure that we will be able to see those snowflakes on the final picture, but that's not a huge deal. I love that landscape. Trying a vertical composition as well, which I usually tend to prefer, in fact. Okay, so I think that's it for this shot. Let's move on. Editing me here. At this point in the video, I had lost my microphone, as you will see a little bit later. It had fallen in the snow while I was climbing to get to that tree. What I was saying in that clip is that I love to photograph that fallen tree, which is actually still alive and growing parallel to the surface of the lake. That day, with the conditions that we had, obviously the surface of the lake is ice and snow, which makes for a fairly different shot than what I've done in the past. So I enjoyed this high quality clip of my butt while I was trying to frame a composition on that tree and then enjoy the photograph. Editing me again just to say that I was moving to get another perspective on that fallen tree. That's the scene that I was talking about, with the tree that is now creeping in from the side and the island in the background. That's a shot that I've done multiple times in different conditions. Snow is getting quite heavy again, so I might move on to what I was first trying to do, which is photographing birds. I'm not sure if you can hear them chirping around, but they are here for sure. Yeah, let me try a few horizontal compositions here and then move on to those birds. So the place where I think I'm gonna be able to shoot some birds is a place where I've been a few times already, 2-3 times. There's actually a spot a little bit further down the trail where some people, I don't know who, probably some locals, feed the birds. I hope I'm gonna be able to get some nice results with the snow falling. So I finally arrived at the place where I wanted to shoot the birds. Actually, I had to go all the way back to my car and back again, and I was looking for my microphone, which I lost in the snow, and it was fairly well hidden, well buried in the snow, so it was quite a hassle to get it back. But I managed to get it, so now I'm just hoping that it's still working. I've tried to turn it back on and nothing at the moment, but we will see when I get back home, I suppose. so I've been starting to shoot the birds already. I don't know if you can see them, but they are fairly active under this tree, because as you can see, someone has left some seeds on the ground. So even if I am really close to them, they don't seem to care. So yeah, I've already shot a few pictures, but at the moment I'm not really satisfied with what I got. I'm using a new camera, so I need to get used to the more advanced settings, which I haven't been using just yet, like the advanced auto detect, autofocus, as well as the pre-capture and so on. So I think I've already got a few half-decent shots, but it's not as easy as it may seem at first. The birds are not afraid of me, so I can get very close to them without disturbing them. But on the other side, this tree is really... wow, there are lots of branches, and so a lot of potential perches for the birds, which makes it fairly difficult to choose the right one where a bird is gonna land. I selected a few nice looking perches, and I try to keep my camera pointed at these perches, hoping that the birds actually land on it. But obviously when I'm pointing at one direction, they tend to go in another direction, so it's not as easy as it may seem. And the snow is starting to fall quite heavily again, so that's nice. I'm trying another angle to see if I've got more luck, because yeah, actually some perches are one over here and one just in front of me there, so I really hope for some action to happen on those perches. I don't know if you can hear the sound of all of those birds flying around, but it's really nice. I really enjoy that. Okay, so my camera is soaking wet now, and I'm starting to get hungry actually. So I think I'm gonna head back home now. I think I've got quite a few nice shots, but I just realized I actually have already 2600 pictures. Yeah. Crazy to see how fast it goes when you're shooting 30 FPS with pre-capture on. That's something new for me. So yeah, there will be quite a lot of culling to do, which I'm not looking forward to, but the nice thing is there should be quite a few nice shots, I hope. So we'll see how that goes, and for now I think I'm gonna head back home. and call it a day. So see you guys next time and have a good one.